You were actually born in Germany.
Yes, my father basically was in the military. He's just probably just what you call it
Discharged.
not discharged. He
Retired?
huh?
Retired?
Yeah, retired. I'm tripping. Yeah, he just retired probably a couple of years ago, but my mom was in Germany when they had me, so I basically came to California in the States when I was probably like 11 months. So since 11 months, that's all I know is California.
But your parents are actually from Compton?
Nah, my mom's, she from like Mississippi, and my pops, he kind of like from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
But as they was younger, my dad and mom's moved to California at like Watts or something. Well, Compton first, and they met at Compton High. And my mom's, she moved to Compton with her moms, so they met at Compton High, and it was all from there for them.
Okay.
What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So you guys heard that audio there. Slim400 just did another Vlad TV interview. And first off, before I get into what I really want to talk about, I just wanted to say, Slim just seems different after getting shot. You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't seem as animated as he used to be, with all that, hold up and all that. Like, he just really calm. I don't know. He just seems like a different dude. Get in the comments. Let me know if you guys agree with me on that. He just, seems like that experience really changed him, which it would anyone, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Not just getting shot multiple times, facing your mortality. You know what I mean? Almost losing his life. But in the interview, Vlad, you heard him there talking about how Slim is actually born in Germany, and what some people call a military brat, that his father was in the military, and that his parents actually, his father was from Oklahoma and his mother was from the South somewhere. I believe he said like Mississippi or something like that. But Slim went on to explain that, they both did come out to the West Coast and met at Compton High. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Is it seems in this interview, Slim went on, they ended up going to talk about, how he got down with a set, got into gangbanging and stuff like that. And it just kind of felt like in the interview, he was kind of trying to, through what he was saying, be like, yo, like, okay, my parents are from the military, but nah, man, I'm really hood though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you could go listen to the interview in full and let me know what you guys think, but it just felt like when Vlad brought this stuff up to Slim felt like it was making him look, because as we know in hip hop, I talk about this so often nowadays, especially with social media, with Instagram and everything, the image is so important. And it just kind of felt like Slim felt that with this being brought up, his image, was in question. His character, who he really was in question, and he wanted the people know that he really was from the hood, you know what I mean? Like, he was going extra hard to let them know he put in work and all kinds of stuff. But go check that full interview out. Let me know what you guys think. But I want to talk a little bit about hip hop in the military. Now, first off, I just want to know what you guys think out there with Slim's parents, his father joining the military. And I have a son in the military right now, and another son who was, set to go to basic training and everything, but he backed out from it. He decided it wasn't for him, and it's all right. I respect that, just like I respect my son who's in the military serving right now, you know what I mean? Putting in hard work. But, what I'm basically saying is, how do you guys feel about that? Like, if you were Slim400's father, where you joined the military, he said they met at Compton High, and a lot of people choose to join the military to advance their lives when they have families. You know what I mean? Like, get out of a tough situation, because we know in America, it's a capitalist country. Money is everything. And sometimes, you know what I mean? You fall in love, you have a family or whatever, and you got more mouths to feed. And, your situation may not be that great. So what I'm basically saying is, what do you guys think about that? Like how his father would feel, or have you guys, anyone out there who listens to this who may have been in the military, ever been in a situation like that where it didn't pan out as well for you? Like, basically what I'm saying is, do you think his father would be upset that when he went and joined the military, probably to give him a better life, that in the end his son ended up, being in Compton, gang banging, you know what I'm saying, becoming a pyro, and at this point in his life, almost getting killed, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Like, does the military always make it possible for people to have a better life financially? And do you guys know anyone where something like that happened, where they went and joined the military to better their life, and then, after the military, things went kind of bad for them? Because I'm not knocking Slim400's life or nothing. I'm just saying I feel like his father may have envisioned it different when he went in and served in the military, and then his son ends up gang banging and all that anyways, and living in the hood. But it is what it is. We don't know everything about Slim or his father's life. Just wanted to see what you guys think about that in the comments. As you guys know, if you're new to the channel, that's what this channel is all about. We talk about the topic in the comments. But anyways, hip-hop in the military, right? As we know, hip-hop a lot of times, speaks about life in the hood, where a lot of people feel like the government is not so good to the hood, you know what I mean? Sometimes there's even been conspiracies put out there, some like with the Rick Ross situation and all that, and the Contras and everything, and the crack epidemic and all that, almost like the government was against the hood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was trying to poison the hood and everything like that. So the military in hip hop, you know what I mean? Hip hop's anti-establishment is basically what I'm saying. And hip hop and the military may not always see eye to eye, you know what I mean? Like, they may not feel that's for hip hop. Like, it's two different lanes, basically, is what I'm saying. But I wanted to talk about a few rappers here who actually were in the military. Wanted to share this with you guys. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Freddie Gibbs. You guys may know him. He was down with Young Jeezy, Corporate Thugs Entertainment, CTE. They ended up having a falling out. Gibbs got into some trouble overseas, caught a couple rape cases. But in the end, I believe he was found not guilty and beat the cases. Anyone more familiar with that situation can tap in. But Freddie Gibbs joined the military back in the day. He had a gun charge and some theft charges, and the judge basically told him, hey, if you join the military, we'll let this slide. He joined the military, and he didn't last long. He completed basic training, but he ended up, getting in a lot of trouble and getting dishonorably discharged for smoking weed. Then, remember, formerly known as Malice from the Clips, now known as No Malice, who left hip-hop alone and is very Christian now and everything. He joined the military back in the day because he had a pregnant wife, a kid on the way. So he joined the Army. He completed basic training, AIT, all that, served 2 years in the military, and, finished with an honorable discharge. Moving on, MC Hammer. A lot of people might not know this about Hammer. Hammer was in the Navy. Before all the fame, MC Hammer was really, on a journey to become a professional baseball player. It didn't pan out for him. So he joined the Navy, and he did 3 years, honorable discharge and all that. He worked his way up to a petty officer, 3rd degree. I believe that's the correct rank. I'm saying it correctly. I got a lot of family in the military. The military wasn't for me, so as far as like the lingo and the ranks and stuff, I might not be saying it correct. So you guys can get in the comments and let me know, if I'm saying some of this stuff right or wrong. So this one surprised me a little bit too. Ice-T was in the Army, and a lot of people, we know of Ice-T talking about pimping, being a gangster, being affiliated with the Rollers 60s Crips. I guess he wasn't actually ever an actual, member. He was never from 60s himself, but he joined the Army, and he spent 4 years in the Army, honorable discharge, and he was a paratrooper. Tried to become a Ranger. I guess it didn't work out, and when he finished, he was airborne certified. So sounds like he did pretty well in the military as well. Next, we got Nate Dogg, who joined the military right out of high school. He was in the Marine Corps. We know the Marines. I got family who's in the Marines, and the Marines is a breed all of their own, you know what I mean? And he spent 4 years in Okinawa, Japan, honorably discharged and everything. Next, we have Mystical, who I just want to say, I don't even like saying his name because he's a rapist, a convicted rapist, served time for rape. And you know, on my channel, we look at rapists and sex offenders is the lowest of the low, not even human, evil demons. Sounds kind of harsh. The man pled guilty to rape. I don't rock with you. Used to be a big fan of his music back in the No Limit days. But anyways, he was in the Army. He served in Kuwait and was a combat engineer, which is a job where you're in the action, from what I understand. I have family members who were combat engineers. You could be out there. I believe, you work with landmines, or now what are they? They're called something else nowadays. But, when you're out there building roads, and I believe, I don't know, tap in the comments if I'm wrong. But combat engineer is no joke. My son was actually going to be a combat engineer, but he changed his job to a diesel mechanic. So I think that's going to pan out better for him when he gets out of the military. He'll always be able to get himself, a good job. He'll never, have to look hard for work. Was, diesel mechanic education under his belt, and, on the job training and everything. And the last one we're going to talk about is Cannabis. Now, it's interesting with Cannabis. He joined the military after the fame, after Cannabis was known, after he beefed with arguably the biggest rapper ever of all time, LL Cool J. I believe it was around 2002. Cannabis decided he wasn't happy with the state of hip hop, with his career. He's kind of underground and everything, so he goes against the grain, with the way labels and the politics of the game. He said, man, let me join the military, trying to find himself. And he even put out a freestyle. You can find it. I thought about putting it on this video, but y'all can go out there and look for it yourself. Cannabis spit a freestyle that made its way onto the YouTube while he was in the Army, but it didn't last that long for him. He was dishonorably just discharged as well for smoking marijuana. So there you have it, guys. A lot of rappers who were in the military. And a point that I forgot to bring up, that I wanted to bring up before I got into talking about all the different rappers' times in the military, was Muhammad Ali, who we know is, when it with hip hop, you know what I'm saying, how we're talking about hip hop being anti-establishment. Muhammad Ali is celebrated in the hip hop culture big time. And as we know, he protested and was against Vietnam, did not serve in Vietnam, served time in jail rather than serve in the military in Vietnam. He said that it was not, he did not want to be fighting other people of color. And what do you guys feel about Muhammad Ali? A lot of people feel differently. A lot of people feel he was a hero and he stood up, for what he believed in. And a lot of people feel, I've heard people say some very not nice things about Muhammad Ali, call him a draft dodger and everything else. But it is what it is. I want to hear what you guys think, as that's what it's all about on this channel, hearing your guys' thoughts, take, and opinion. So get in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. It's Jay Coffee Talk. Catch you guys on the next video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. I'm out.